All right, guys. So this is another question on geometry. It says in the diagram, PQRST is a quadrilateral, and then line PT is parallel to line QS as been given. All right, and it's a quadrilateral because it has four sides and it has four angles. Look at the sides here: one, two, three, and four. It has four angles too: one, two, three, and four. Okay. And then the question is to find x and y degrees. Obviously, there are also angles, y degrees and x degrees. All right. So the first thing that jumps at you here is that this triangle QRS is a right angle triangle. As you can see, there's a right angle right at R here. So we know that QRS is 90 degrees. The angle belongs to R. So I'm going to put more like a crown on top of R to show that it belongs, the 90 belongs to R. You understand? So QR is 90 degrees, which makes this triangle a right angle triangle. Another thing we should know is that if this is 90 and this is 30, automatically this is going to be what? 60, because all the angles in a triangle has to be 180. Some of them has to be 180. So we know that this angle RQS, RQS or RQS is 60 degrees. What's your reason? You must always put reason why things are what they are in geometry. That's what angles in a triangle. You understand? So this is 60 degrees. Let's just put it there. Another thing we should know is that since PT is parallel to QS, and then there's this line QT that's more like a transversal. In primary 5, your math teacher taught you that if you have two parallel lines like this, and then there's a transversal that goes from one to the other, some special angles are going to be created. One of which is going to be what? Alternate angles, which are equal. So this is A, this is going to be what? A. Sometimes they call them Z angles. As you can see, the form Z, see? The form Z. All right, the same thing is formed here. This is Z angle here. This and this. So that these alternate angles. So this is 42. Alternatively, alternate angle, this is going to be what? Another word, 42. Okay? So that's another thing we can find out from this drawing, from this diagram, sorry. And if you now check RQP, this is a straight line. And these are angles on a straight line. We know that some of angles on a straight line must be 180. So if this is 60, this is 42, this is Y. What's going to be our Y? You know that 60 plus 42, that's going to give us 102. All right. So we have 180 minus 102 must give us our Y. What's your reason? Angles on a straight line. You understand? So we know that our Y, let me put it here. So Y is going to be equal to what? 180 minus 100 and what? 102. If you remove 100 from 180, that is going to give us 80. Remove 2 from that 80, that's going to give us 78. So Y is going to be equal to what? 78 degrees. So we've gotten our Y. Okay? So the next thing we need to find is angle X. Angle X, as you can see, is also in another triangle. Triangle QTS or STQ or TSQ as we want, this particular triangle here. And then we know that it's the third angle of that triangle. 42 has been found, 38 has been found. We need to find our X. And we know that some of angles in triangle again should be 180. So we know that finding X now, we know that 42 plus 38 plus X all must be equal to 180. So X is going to be equal to what? 180 minus 42 minus 38. And so what's that? 42 plus 38? That's going to give us 80. Okay? That's going to give us 80. So X is going to be equal to what? 180 minus 100 minus 80. So X is going to be giving us 100 degrees. All right? Because it's in a triangle. If you add 42 plus this 100 plus this 38, they are going to give us 180, which is some of angles in triangle. All right. So thank you very much for sticking around. Stick around for more questions on past questions on Waec like this and JAM and NECO and every other external exam. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.